Setting the record straight on dating apps. Everyday people telling everyday stories.
I thought, okay, we'll see if he's really crazy, if he really was love bombing me, or if he is just a genuine person who knows how to treat a lady. And I was like, I would eat that up. So we did dinner first. And again, no red flags at dinner. And it wasn't until I agreed to go to drinks afterwards that the crazy came out. He was, and when I say alpha male, I don't mind somebody being confident. That is not it at all. But he was laying it on thick.
Like how so? Like what was he saying?
Basically said, let me backtrack. He was like, I want you to delete all my competition. You're done. I'm taking you off the market. I'm taking you off the market. Then he said, oh, you drive a Buick. I'm going to fix that. I'm going to fix that for you. What do you want? You live in an apartment. Oh, honey, we got to get you something bigger. You deserve a yard. You deserve a yard. I'm like, I know I deserve a yard. Like, I don't need you buying it for me on date one. Oh, we're going to have joint bank accounts. You just give me an allowance. You just give me an allowance and the rest is yours. And I'm like, oh my God, he's absolutely insane.
He wants an allowance. Thanks, Mom.
The kicker, though, okay, so oil-filled guys tend to have wonky schedules. I mean, it might be 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off.
Okay.
2 weeks on, 1 week off. They might have 2 weeks of day shift, and they'll have a week off, 2 weeks of night shift. So this one in particular was the last one, was the latter. He does 2 weeks of day shift. He would have a week off and 2 weeks of night shift. And he made the comment that he was staying in a room. And so I asked him, I brought that about that dinner. I said, you're saying you're in a room, which would explain why I didn't find any information on him here. Yeah. You're staying in a room, so you're not here permanently. And he was like, he said, I'm in a hotel. I'm staying there until I get an apartment that opens up. And so I thought more about that. And I'm like, I have enough friends to know that, I mean, we're not in a boom. We're not hurting for apartments. There are apartments open. I don't think you're looking. Yeah. Which I didn't tell him that outright, but I was like, I'm pretty sure there's plenty available. Where are you looking? And he was like, well, I've looked at a couple places. I was like, okay. So basically you're not looking hard enough. But I know also that they don't always keep the guys in the hotel unless they're on call or currently working.
Okay.
So I said, where do you stay when you're on your weeks off? He said, I go home. And I said, where is home? At this point, I knew that most of his family was in Arkansas. So I was expecting Arkansas.
Sure.
He said, to Alabama. I was like, what's in Alabama? And he said, well, my ex-wife took me there. And I said, so where do you stay when you go to Alabama? And he said he stays in the house that he rents. And I said, who's in the rent house? And he goes, oh, my ex-wife is in the rent house. And I said, are you even divorced? And he was like, well, the papers have been signed, the papers have been filed, but they haven't been signed yet. And I said, so you're not divorced? And I said, I am officially the other woman. Thank you for letting me know. And I don't mean to laugh.
I'm sorry, but I love that comment.
And I was in shock at this point. So I said, let me summarize what you just told me. On your week off, you go home to Alabama and you stay in the house with the ex-wife that you're not really exed from, and y'all don't do anything. And he was like, yeah, we don't speak to each other. She stays on the top floor and I stay on the bottom floor. We don't. I said, that's really hard to believe. And I really feel like the other woman at this point.
Yeah, for sure.
Again, his ego was hurt, and he was, because I'm calling him out.
Right.
And so he laid it on a little bit thicker about how you would be the only one. I'm going to put you on a pedestal. You would be my queen.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
probably what you, I said, she's probably sitting at home wondering where you're at, what you're doing, and who you're with.
Yeah, for sure.
And he goes, no. She's moved on. So that's hard to believe. So I did stay for a little bit longer, but it really kind of fizzled out at that point.
Yeah.
And I was like, I think I need to go home. So he walks me to the car. And this is when the weirdest thing I've ever happened. We're parked near each other, and I give him a hug, and I said, you have a good night. And he goes, hey, can you do me a favor? And I was like, depends. This is first date, remember? And he goes, oh, if you don't mind. He opened his truck door and he grabbed out the laundry bag and he hands it to me. And he goes, if it's not a big deal, will you wash these for me? And I know I'm holding this bag, and I know I made this face. I was like, are you serious?
Oh my God. What the fuck?
I shit you not. I know I didn't tell this man no or yes. I didn't even speak. Are you serious? He opened my car door and he set it in there and he closed it. And he was like, yeah, if you don't mind.
Oh my God. Oh, like he didn't even go in for a kiss. He just said, here's my laundry. That's pretty much right. That's how it went.
He walked away.
Oh my God. And walked away.
Yeah. He was like, I'll text you tomorrow. And I'm like, okay.
No. What'd you do?
I called my best friend. I was like, bitch. This man just handed me his laundry. And she goes, no, he didn't. I said, I have his dirty chonies in my back seat. What do I do?
And that had to be premeditated.
Trying to get them. And I'm like, I don't want to see him.
Right. And that had to be like, he had to be like it ended up in his car at some point, and he's had like some sort of preconceived notion to like, I know what I'll do. I'll just have her like, what the fuck?
Was this premeditated?
I mean, at some point, but God, that's a good, like, I kind of think it was. Now, granted, they may have been in there and he may have come out to the car and he may have had the idea. Where do you go from sending flowers to somebody you're trying to court to, hey, here's my fucking laundry?
He made the comment, I take care of you, you take care of me.
Oh my
and I think
God.
That's what it goes back to. I give you flowers. I'm going to buy you things, but in return, I need you to be my slave. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, here's my line. Like the most chauvinistic thing you could possibly do. Like that is so ridiculous.
I kept his laundry for majority of the Saturday. I drove around with it in my backseat for far too long.
Yeah. Because,
Big Dog said, we need to put onion powder in it. We're going to get it wet. We're going to put onion powder in this chicken. We're going to put cayenne pepper in his crotch. And I'm like, ooh, that's good.
That's good.
Someone said icy hot. And when he gets sweaty, it'll burn. I was like, okay. I was like, but I mean, guys, he's scary.
You really could have done so much. So what did you end up doing?
I dropped it off at a laundromat.
Did you really?
I did.
And just texted him where it was at or something?
Yeah. I said, hey, it's at such and such laundromat in Midland. I was far too nice. And that's a blessing and a curse. I was far too nice. But I was a little petty. I told him it's at such and such laundromat. There's 4 of them.
Oh, no shit. That's cool. That's pretty cool. No, that's not petty. I think that's great. There you go.
And then I blocked him. So I'm not going to tell you which one it's at. You might have to find it.
Swipe wrong. Swipe wrong.